Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here on such short notice. So it was quite a surprise today, right? That this thing popped up.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you expected it. Did anybody
No,
expect
I had
this?
no clue. I had no clue whatsoever.
Okay, great. I'm like
I
when you
found it at around 9 in the morning and posted it in the Discord.
when I was sitting because I'm sitting there working and I mean we're all working, but there's some days where I just literally can't look at my phone, and I was like, what the heck is going on? And when am I seeing all this stuff? Like, why are we getting a presentation tonight? I'm like, this is crazy, crazy. I say crazy because it's again we had this 2 weeks ago, so here we are yet again, and I'm like, I'm gonna be on my best behavior. I'm gonna try my positivity all the way, right? I mean, like, you know what? They were probably just saving it up. They didn't want to say something that they didn't, probably shouldn't have. So that's what it is. But in real reality, right? You could just take the conference and just split it out and be like, you know what? I know we're doing Shadowverse Evolve. I know we're doing Card Fight Vanguard. And Weiss Schwarz, we'll see you in 2 weeks. Like, they didn't have to actually say that on the video. They can
If
put
you
it
said
on
it only would
Twitter.
have been 5 minutes long.
Yeah. I'm like, because again, people, this is on a weeknight, right? And there's different time zones, which it's more respect for everybody's time, is what I'm getting at. But hey, whatever, we're here tonight. Welcome everybody. Thank you
Well,
for being here. Hello,
wish you
Alphon.
know,
Hello, David
people just
Young.
doesn't care about us on the East Coast.
Yeah, they don't care. They don't care about that. But hey, I mean,
Hi, Alpha Goose. Hi, David Young.
if you want to like complain about cheat, if everybody just starts writing bad stuff, apparently we're gonna do something about it. It's actually sad that it got to the point where everybody had to complain or say something before they reinvestigated and got back to it. But hey, whatever. So obviously, if you can't tell by my thumbnail what I actually expect here to happen, like, because when and again, font can mean anything, but when I looked at that font, that looked very Disney-like to me. It's not exactly the same, but it like the
Yeah,
S.
I got the Disney vibes from it too. I couldn't argue with
Yes.
that at all.
I was like, oh, and then the magical and the Marvel. I mean, it. I don't know. I think
That
it's.
that that sounds like Disney. I mean,
That sounds like
either
it's
that or like Frieren.
free. I mean, free rent is obviously coming. Is it its actual time that it's coming?
Well,
Just
you
because
know,
it came out so recently in Japan.
yeah, but so did Spy X Family when they announced it.
Yeah, well, they had to. I feel like they had to. Wasn't it? They're giving it out early to people, so that's why they had to do it. Oh, by the way, I saw David Young's congratulate. I mean, I know you've had that, but your Miku's. So do you notice out there on Weiss Schwarz Global all these people hunting for these Miku cards? It's been very
Yeah,
fun to watch. Very fun. And then
well, I mean, Miku's got a massive fan base, and the deck is now really good.
yeah, it was funny, and I don't know if this person meant it that way or maybe I took it the wrong way. I might have taken it the wrong way. But I remember he was saying he was just looking for his collection, and it's a kind of like a side project or something like that. And I'm like, that's the whole meta new Miku deck is what you're talking. I don't know if you. I, don't-
If
I,
you're not there, well,
well, I
I know another one of mine and David's locals is posting on Global looking for the English Miku parts.
mhm.
But he's trying to finish the deck because he literally has the 4 other quints maxed already.
Oh, so it was like a side project that took too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's sometimes, and again, I could be 100% wrong, where people will say things kind of like to get a little bit of pity or a little bit of discount based on what they're saying. So I'm
Uh-huh.
like, it's just it's like, that's some interesting
If
timing
we're
there.
thinking if we're thinking the same person, which I can't 100% confirm or anything
No,
like
there's
that,
been a
he's actually
few
a really good
people.
dude.
There's like
He's
even
actually a really good dude.
yeah, there's been a few people now that have come out and looked for these new for these Miku cards. It's actually been pretty interesting. Like watching it on TCG Player. I don't know if you have. I feel like you have. But
I've kind of paid attention. I mean, David Young's been crowing in our group chat every time his Mikus go up in value. He's
yep,
been kind of excited.
there it is.
But
Lady got sold out.
well, those are I mean, those that's pretty decent because I think the
418,
Japanese
411,
ones are better
411.
now.
There they are. Miku gone.
I think the Japanese Mikus are actually more expensive.
I love that card. So I bought actually a really, really nice card. I was so happy. I saw it for what the
Uh, uh,
$1 grand, baby. $1 grand.
Somebody's huffing the hopium.
Yeah, why not? Is that Miku behind? No, I put her away. I put that Miku away. I tend to switch out my cards that line up behind me.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. And you all can't see it, obviously, but it's more for me. This is probably... Oop, I dropped her. This is probably my favorite one of recent. There you go. I know I should channel members this, but this is that... oh, Audrey, you can't see this. But this is the...
I check over in the chat just to make sure.
Sweet. Yeah, this is the Lycoris Recoil triple rare. I mean, it's been pretty brutal to try to get these.
Well, nobody opened the set. There was that one person asking for a play set for, I think he said like 200. It's like, are they out there?
They're, I don't know.
I
don't know. Lycoris Recoil is pretty brutal. I made sure when that thing came out, I was like all over those triple rares. And when I see people asking for it, I'm like, ooh, that's gotta suck. Because I still see people looking for these triple rares. Yeah, there they are. I think it's pretty solid at 100. Like this one's been sitting here forever for $130. But no, I mean I love B and C, my two favorites.
I forget which. There was one in Japan. I think the one in their uniform. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, the uniform was the cheapest one.
I knew there was one in Japanese that was like way more than the rest of them, but I don't remember which one it was.
Yeah, I love these two the best. So cool. Alrighty.
Yeah, I mean, I know everybody's seeing it through a camera, but in person, they're gorgeous.
Yeah, they are freaking gorgeous. I really do love them, and that goes back to my whole thing about triple rares. SR said it many times that you don't need to have a signature to make a card very special. I think it's just the foiling and all that. Price point's really nice too, depending on where you get it. It's something really unique and special to have, especially since you really can't find a whole lot of these. Not a lot at all. But anyways, going back to tonight. I mean, today it's gonna... Wait, let me just hit this quick. Oh, 14, 11, 11, 12, 8. That is one crazy playset. That is very expensive. That's
still pretty cheap compared to playsets in the past, to be honest.
Yeah.
Girls Band Party 1 had Yukinas at $40 a pop.
Yeah, this is when you go pre-ordering's not so bad.
Yeah.
Not so bad at all. But yeah, that's Lycoris Recoil. Oh, there's a lot of things going on tonight. B and C. Yeah, B and C. New set announcements tonight, of course.
There's some kind of announcements, Kyle Cook. I mean, they just said special conference, so I'd figure there's an announcement.
Weiss Schwarz.
I'm a terrible human being, so I'm much more interested in maybe a band list than a set announcements. But you know, I'm an evil person who doesn't like Chainsaw Man. So
we have Weiss Schwarz will be announcing new products and collaborations at the upcoming Weiss Schwarz Special Conference Spring 2024. What happened on the last one? Like that's an actual real question.
We got Oshinoko.
Okay. It's like if they're not, I don't know. Again, I move on. That was 2 weeks ago. They announced two things tonight. 2 weeks later, we're gonna have more announcements. More announcements.
How much more do they got that they can announce?
It's not too much more because if you take I mean, they can announce a million. They can announce a million sets, right? But like, as for the product schedule, like looking at this thing, I mean, you have basically two to three more sets that you could possibly shove into this year, and we already know that Dengeki has been sitting out there with no actual date, right? JoJo already has a date. Oshinoko has a date. So, like, what else is out? I mean, you could have Quince, you can have Disney, you could have Marvel, you could have Star Wars. You could have,
I mean, Magical and Marvel would
oh,
would
I'm sorry.
describe things, and Disney's hard up for money right now, so Bushiroad money might look really good,
You know, that's what
even if it's
I
beat
was
Lorcana.
somewhat thinking about that. I was like, Lorcana. I guess you could always put it out there if Lorcana is just doing okay. Right, you could just shove that out there. That'd be weird though. But I guess it's like two different player bases, two different groups of people, kind of like the Magic the Gathering and Hatsune
Well, I
Miku.
mean, as long as Lorcana doesn't have a exclusivity contract with Disney's rights, then they can do it.
Yeah. Yeah, don't forget this is
And
all about the
and notice they said magical and marvelous and not like sci-fi.
Oh, they left out the Star
Because
Wars. We don't care
yeah,
about
because the
Oh,
Star Wars, I'm pretty
the,
sure is an exclusivity deal with Fantasy Flight Games
well, yeah, that
and
new Star Wars
yeah.
TCG. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
Asmodee Distributing, and they own Fantasy Flight Games, and I think all of that has an exclusivity deal for Star Wars.
Yeah,
So I
makes
guess they could get
sense.
away with doing Marvel and Disney if there aren't exclusivity deals.
Well, here you go. Here's Marvel. You will soon be able to play against Iron Man, or you could
Oh
be
boy.
Iron Man.
To be honest, from a playability standpoint, you're not gonna you're maybe some Disney diehards come and play Marvel at the
Yeah,
event,
yeah.
but they're not gonna be at the top tables. The sets just aren't very good.
No, I know. I haven't seen too much when it came
I
to,
think Pixar had a deck for a while in Japan,
yep, Pixar.
but Disney 100 didn't really do much. The Marvel stuff popped up, and it was like, "Ooh, cool, we're playing Marvel," but it really didn't set the metal on fire or anything like that. I
Right.
mean, unless Chainsaw Man gets nuked, it's dead on arrival.
People are gonna
But
love it.
unfortunately for a lot of Weiss sets, that's the case.
Right.
I've been working with Oshinoko since we've last talked, and I'm doing a little better with it, but I don't see it taking out CSO on anywhere near consistent basis.
Well, but you're
They've just
still
got too much
you're to
going
still
on.
rock it, right? You're gonna still play. You're gonna roll in there with Oshinoko.
It's gonna be really tough for me because I also have Love Live Miracle Live coming out right around that time too.
Oh,
So, which I do actually think is going to be a better deck. So I'm probably going to stick with my Sunshine Girls over Kana. But it kind of depends on how the prices fall and stuff like that. Because my budget is more stretched now, thanks economy.
right, right. No, I mean it's very important. I mean, hey, at least you're watching out for your budget. That's that's the important thing to do. So, yeah, this is potentially what you could see tonight. I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, I think it's cool for people
They
that
could
love
also,
Marvel. I like Marvel.
they could also just do the Marvel Premium.
Yeah, they could do Marvel Premium. I'd rather have this set though versus Premium. Because
Yeah,
you know my thoughts on premiums. I freaking hate
yeah,
them. With a passion.
right.
So
And you
much.
can't even play. I don't even think you can play Marvel out of the Premium. I think you have to have the Marvel set.
All right, and then you get a trial deck, so that'll be all cool and all that. So yeah, 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 yeah. All right. Well, I mean, what other crazy ideas do you have, Oshi? I know that's. I mean, Frieren. I see
Yeah,
Frieren everywhere.
Frieren would make sense. I mean, it's the biggest anime of the season, and they did Boochi and they did Oshinoko, which were also both in that criteria. So I could easily see Frieren. It's kind of a given.
Shin-chan.
Um, oh, I hope not.
Well, hey, hold on. I got this. Take a look at this. Look at the Shin-chan box, right?
Uh-huh.
And then let me go back here. Take a look at the background. If that doesn't scream Shin-chan, I don't know what does. I see stars in both.
Yeah, but that
It's
also would work for some of the stuff for IMOS Cinderella girls. So,
Nah,
and we know we ain't
nobody
getting
wants
that.
Nobody wants that. Like we got the stars, the colors kind of match this color on this on these special conference. Shin Shin-chan. Yeah, I guess she have Idolmasters.
Winterheart, I agree with that sentiment as a Weiss veteran Weiss player, but Bushiroad never listens to me, so I'm just assuming it's coming at this point. And then Frieren and Quince would be actually like a lot better for playability. I actually would really like Quince
Yo,
Premium.
Frieren has stars on it. Look at this trial deck. See that trial
Ooh,
deck? There's stars on it.
yeah, it
Oh,
does have stars on
where'd the
it.
font come from though? It's
I
free.
mean, it's supposed to be Disney 100.
Frieren. Frieren.
Because actually, that font looks more like, now that I'm looking at the font, I'm thinking it looks more like Aladdin.
Aladdin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't find it. I was
Like
trying to find the font. I couldn't do
Aladdin
it.
animated movie from the late 90s? Mid
Yeah,
90s?
Frieren. Okay. Bunny girl set. Is that magical or marvelous?
No, it's more psychotic.
And tearjerkery. Tearjerkery. By the way, what's magical and marvelous for the people out there, switching real quick, that like High School DxD and Oska, guess what? The campaign is gonna be I just saw this tonight. So maybe you already knew. Maybe you already knew, but it comes out June 28th, and the best part about it is Campaign 1. Campaign will be held where you can get autographed cards of the cast member. Please collect 200 points that will be randomly enclosed in the product and apply. So we get some autograph cards. You haven't seen these before. They're actually really, really nice, the
Yeah, I
autograph
haven't.
cards. Yeah, they have point.
But Arias is going to be stupid expensive.
Yeah, if you get an autograph, like an actual autograph.
Hmm.
So 200, I mean, normally you get 10 inside of a box. So you need quite many boxes, and I think it was 12 per case. So you need a bunch of boxes to actually do this. I myself got a few cases. So we'll see what happens with that. But I had
Yeah, but
to
to get all
get
these points, you have to open all those boxes.
what?
To get the 200 points, you have to open the boxes.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of
I
that's
have a
kind of
hard
the
time
problem.
picturing you doing this.
That's kind of the problem here is all of that because even with I have never opened my dress up darling. It is sitting over there in the open pile and I have never how long has it been? It's been over it's 2024, right? Yeah,
Yep.
okay. February 10th, 2023 is when it came out. I've not opened it in 14 months. 15, 14, 14 months. It's been a long freaking time. Yeah, that thus is the fate of the boxes in my open pile. I just never have time to open it. So anyways, going back here. I mean, Disney's been everywhere. I wouldn't be surprised if it came out today. I mean, they have it in Blau, they have it in Weiss Schwarz. We didn't get it in Rebirth yet, but maybe one day we will. Did we not get one in Rebirth?
I don't think we have.
Okay, great. Great. That would be really bad.
To see Goku, Konosuba, and Megumin's explodes is magical. I gotta give you that.
Well, that
She puts a
actually,
lot of magic into it.
I didn't get to watch the episode this week. I can't wait to watch it. It's been a fun season so far. Yeah, it was really cool to see everybody's comments about what anime they're watching because I've been because I was on my trip, I was behind. So then I've basically come back to binging the episodes as in, like I had basically 3, 4, 5 episodes. Um, so I'm just catching up, right? I'm not watching weekly, so I'm catching up to all these episodes. So it's been pretty cool. Like I said on my video, I watched Windbreaker. Was the last thing I binged. I still have to watch Kaiju. So that'll be neat to actually see how that one turns out because it seems like it's topping a bunch, or not topping, but it's on like top 10 list anyways. But I went back and watched Pon no Michi since this thing Pon I thought it was Pon no Michi. But anyways, I went and watched it. It was kind of boring. Unless it gets better. If anybody actually watched this, but I could tell based on how it's doing on Ami Ami that I don't know if many people liked it. Have you watched it at all?
No. I like I'll watch a couple little select shows and just watch them.
Yeah, it's sitting here.
I'll do like 2 or 3 a season. I'm not one of those people who do 12 animes a season. I watch too many sports for that. I play too much Weiss and watch too many YouTube videos, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, like, just looking at this picture, they seem blessed, as Rudy would say.
Yeah,
They see,
those girls do look very blessed.
yeah, they look blessed. So they got that going for them. I
But
don't.
they also look like rip-offs of other girls.
Yes,
Okay,
they do.
so like the green dress girl looks like Yukina. The blue dress girl with the black bow looks like Yasumi from Love Live. The white camisole top and yellow jacket looks like Misty. And then up in the corner, I'm kind of getting Kurumi from Day Live vibes. Little bit. Maybe Ryoko from Kill la Kill. And then in the center there, she looks like
I've seen her as like an office worker. I feel like she's like an office.
She looks like every long blue-haired anime girl. I mean,
Mm,
very generic.
maybe
Like
that's
the
the
dark
problem.
blue hair, like the girl from Gridman.
Yeah, I think it was just I was just not really interested in the game, but maybe I have to get deeper into this anime. Maybe they like start going nuts on each other with the tiles, but we'll see.
I'm watching a completely
Kazuma.
boring anime that I don't recommend that anybody watch, and I don't know why I'm watching it, but I watch it anyway.
Huh.
The Bartender Glass of God.
I did not. I wanted to see an episode of that
It's so
as a kid.
boring, and nothing actually goes on.
Does he
It's
just
people.
bartend?
Okay, basically the plot is some rich dude, old Japanese dude, opened the hotel, and they need to get a bartender for it.
Yeah.
And his daughter, or I'm sorry, his granddaughter, and another employee work in the office, and they find this guy who's an idiot savant with bartending. And they just go to his bar, and he makes drinks and talks philosophy about making the drinks. And people drink the drinks, and supposedly the drinks change their lives. And I don't know what's really going on, honestly.
Oh, that's
It's so boring. I don't know why I'm watching it, but still.
that is quite the recommendation, if I've ever heard of one.
I think the only reason I'm watching it is because it has adult characters in it.
Really?
I was like,
What?
I think when I originally queued it up, I'm like, wait, bartending. That means all the people are going to be over 18.
Uh-huh.
You know, that has its own perk. I'll go ahead and start watching this, and I'm all caught up, and I haven't missed an episode yet. But I don't know why.
Watching a bar is not bad.
I would rate it like they're giving it a 7.5. I'd give it about a 6.5, maybe.
I mean, I watch on Twitch. Not religiously, but there's this guy named Pork Marshmallow. He is literally a bartender in a dive bar. So he's not even making like fancy drinks or anything. He's pouring out like $2.50 like beers to people. He's just
This is very high class drinking. I mean, you know, my martini is better because I mixed honey with it to change the taste of the martini, to change the taste of the vodka in it. It's like, what?
Dang. Okay. I'm gonna.
I'm not foodie enough for that anime.
Maybe I'm not gonna watch that, but I do.
Apparently, the chat sounds like this is great.
This is what's actually amazing. I would say just watch the dive bar. It's really good. Pork Marshmallow. He's on like Friday and Saturday nights. Monday. No, Tuesdays. Tuesday, Friday, Saturdays. It's really nice. It's for people that don't know what a bar is actually like, you can just watch that and see. But it's a little source of entertainment. But no, Konosuba really great. Love Kazuma. Kazuma, I would say Konosuba is just one of those ones where I just wholeheartedly love all the different characters for what they bring to the table. You know, Darkness, Aqua, Megumin, Kazuma. I feel like I know there's some strong males in anime, but Kazuma's on his own little island, I think, of just be like just a special, unique character to me, where I
Yeah,
haven't
I
really
will definitely
seen
give him
like
that.
characters like that.
I will definitely give him that.
I love that dude.
He doesn't take the crap. And that's very rare in an anime guy.
Yeah, dude's good. I love that.
Oh,
I feel like I'm missing the boat here. Maybe I should be watching this bartender thing. Uh,
I'm also watching Shiny Colors. I'm Shiny Colors.
yeah.
And that's been pretty fun. You have to apparently though you have to know the characters from the mobile game, and I don't, so it's been a little bit of a disadvantage.
Oh,
But
yeah.
the music's actually been really good in it, and there's definitely a cute Audrey girl, and I bought her deck today from UU Tech.
I'm actually amazed that Oh no, that's good. I mean, hey, at least you get to experience new things, right? You don't know everything about it. Like
Yeah,
down here, check this out. Blue Archive. Did you know they had an anime? Blue
I had
Archive, the
heard
anime.
about it, but I didn't know anything about Blue Archive, so I never like watched it or
I
anything.
say that because that's kind of like an interesting point, right? I use my anime list when I develop my whole buy or invest stuff, and it's
Mhm.
like you look down here and it's 43,000. Because
Oh,
I've always heard about like this thing actually ranks by how many people are members, right? You see numbers here, like
right.
61, 60. So this thing is all the way down here. Not all the way. It's like halfway, but
Well, I mean, mobile game animes can be really bad.
mm, I just thought
I
there'd
I,
be
I
like from
learned
what
that
I
with
hear,
Azure
right, is
Lane.
like there's like this giant fandom and they'd be all about it. But maybe the anime sucks. Who's watched this thing?
I mean, I watched the Azure Lane anime the last a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I remember that. I don't know what you
It
thought
was
of it,
bad.
but I
It
remember
was
you
bad.
watching. You were saying, was it good? Did you like it?
No, it was bad.
Oh,
It was bad.
oh,
I could see where they were going with it, but the Kyotai anime did the same thing, but did it slightly better.
okay.
And then then I started watching. I love the little parody shorts when they do that with an anime. They'll take the characters, make them chibi, and just have them do stupid stuff like Niji Peon's going on right now. I was starting to watch the Azure Lane one, and I felt really gross because literally it was all fan service with the lollies. Like, of all the girls you could show in the bathtub for Azure Lane,
Oh
you
yeah.
picked the lollies.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, nah, I'm kind of done with that.
Nice. I mean, that's not nice. It's a nice. That's when you go, "Ooh, I don't know. I don't know about this. If my wife walked in on me, I'm not sure."
Oh.
So, okay.
Hi, Suba. Welcome to our stream.
Welcome.
Welcome
Welcome
to the
home.
stream. Hopefully you enjoy. Hopefully Bushiroad gives us some good news in about
Yeah,
a half an hour.
thanks for coming. Oh, by the way, I need your opinion. This is kind of like a
Uh-oh.
thing. This is like a thing. So I'm gonna throw this out here for everybody again. And you know how I roll on this. This
Okay.
question comes from someone. He sent me an email. It's been like 5 days now that I didn't write back. I didn't have time, but that's what I said. When I get emails, I get really long emails sometimes. And they're looking for questions, and I want to be considerate and give them a full actual answer. We did this on the last stream, right?
Yep,
So
these are fun.
yeah. My point with all of that is, don't. This isn't about like making fun of them or anything like that. If you don't got something, it right. You don't have to be. You just need to be respectful, right? You could be mean about the like what your thoughts on like the set itself or whatever, but you know, just be considerate. So I stripped anything out that happened to look like, you know, personal info or anything like that.
Uh-huh.
It's anything extra. It's just a pure question. And I'm just gonna send them the timestamp to this video. So here we go. He said, as for a few questions for you. I stripped out the intro. Like I said, I got a Azure Lane booster box in a trial deck. As of right now, I've opened the one booster box at my local store for about $150. I got 2 cards worth half the box's value from looking at TCG Player's website. Do you think I should keep opening the booster boxes for the bigger hit cards, or would they be in the trial decks? Because I'm worried now as well with the reprints on the way with the silver signatures that I may abandon the set altogether. That was a lot. That was a lot there, right? So it's about
I'm feeling this collector suffering. I got him.
yeah, so $150. Would you do a booster box, right? Would you just steer towards, would you open more after that, like after just getting half your value back? Would you just look at the trial decks, or would you not do any of this because of the silver signature? So there's a lot going on there.
Okay. Let me unpack this a little bit.
What do you want to see
I
first? You want to see like
I think it really
SPs? You want
I
to
think it really yeah, leave it on the screen, please.
like just
I
this?
think it really depends on his motivation. Like, does he have to have? Is he one of those people who want the gold signatures and care about the color? If that's the case, then probably I would suggest buy the signals now before they start spiking.
Did you see him lately? Here you
I
go.
haven't followed price increases or
All right.
anything, but
So remember, for everybody out there that does not know, the T right here, I'll zoom in on it. There is a T here that stands for a trial deck, and why that's important is because the reprint is only for the booster box. The booster box will get reprints in silver signature. Trial decks have not been announced for reprint. So that's why I say that, because these are intermixed. Like you'll see right here is a booster box one, off to the right is a trial deck one. So when you consider this, you have to just make sure that you're not getting tricked that some like this thing is going to be in your booster box. Right?
I mean, it also depends on what his budget looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Personally, I don't like chasing signatures. You always end up losing, unfortunately.
By the way,
It's fun to open a box and randomly hit one and get all excited, but when you're
when it came
ripping boxes at $150 a box, that could get really rough.
when
And
it
those
came
prices,
to Azure, not to cut you off, but when it came to Azure Lane, 4 SPs per box or 3 SP and 1 SEC.
right? I mean, I have a friend locally who busted Azure Lane at 120 at one of our local game stores, and he hit nothing. Not one sign.
Did
And
he
I know
buy
that
like, or did that person buy like more, just one
he
or
did
two, or
he did 4 boxes
uh well,
and never hit a sign, and it was just brutal because
well,
the reprints are pushing the prices down on the RRs, so he couldn't make up for it that way,
right.
and his SRs were all junk.
Signatures are bust. I mean, there's some
Yeah.
super rares, but like right
I mean,
here, so
there are some SRs, and if this person could hit those, and that might save him a little bit,
right.
but you're still looking at a devastating loss on probably 80% of the boxes you're gonna open.
Yeah, I mean, you already hit
And then
half
you
on a
and
box.
also if he's buying them loose, does the seller sell singles and are the boxes even live?
I mean, since he got it at a store, right? Like, it could
Right.
be potentially already gone. I mean, like if you look here on TCG Player, it's $16.99.99 or $1,700 for a case. When you think there's 18 boxes in there, I'm not saying that I don't know his budget, right? But he's
Right.
considering buying more. So, but right away, if you can afford a case, that would obviously be way better than paying $150 per box, because
Right,
this
but
is
okay,
the
for
cheaper
this
deal.
price for this price, he could buy the New Jersey and he could buy Baltimore and have 2 of the 3 grails of the set.
Oh, oh God, 1,049. See,
Uh-huh.
this is
And then and
when
then Baltimore was 590, so that fits right around that same price of the case.
this is where I say I would rather have this silver, and there's 2 reasons why. It'll be cheaper than this,
Mhm.
but you have this blue, and I've always liked the silver on the blue, as we saw with slime.
Yep.
right? Like,
Oh, I think she's gonna be stunning in silver, but if
yeah.
the collector, based on the email, looks like he's more interested in the gold and having that first print run, so
I don't. Well, he's newer. A part of the intro was he's newer and he came from a different card game.
right.
So,
Well, if he came from a furry monster card game, then first editions are a big deal.
uh, yeah. So that's where we are. I was sitting here and I'm like, if I had the money, I honestly would buy a case, right? Because again, in the end, you could either say if people really care. This is where the line kind of draws for me. It's like, do people really care about gold and silver, first edition or not? In the end, for me, I don't like because I actually like more of the silver, right? I
Yeah.
mean, if it comes to the SEC though, if I lose this and it changes just straight silver, that might be a different story. But um, we don't actually know that yet. I mean, I
Right.
think it's silver. I think they change all these to silver, but they've only ever said SPs inside of that message. But for me, I value what price I buy it at. So when I read the thing and it said $150, I don't wait. Actually, let me see. How much is a? It's 109. It's one. Wait. 111. $111. And I know you're buying from a store, and maybe that store is more trustworthy, but $150 seemed crazy to me. Like just off the bat, like $150 sounds insane.
Right.
But I mean, I don't know. I haven't scrolled through these sellers at all to say if some of these would be worth buying
I mean,
through.
the seller could be going, "Hey, I'm an LGS. I know my boxes aren't searched, so $150. You're paying extra for the fact that they're not searched." That could well be possible.
Right. This doesn't look too bad. Look
That's
at
a
this
cool
thing.
bundle.
Yeah, you get a bundle. You get 4 trial decks, 2 booster boxes, some PR packs. Yeah, that's not too
Mhm.
bad. Hello, everybody. Yeah. What's gonna be this for English?
I think Dengeki was 2 signs a case, if I remember correctly, but I could be wrong.
Dengeki? No, it was terrible. Was it? It was 3.
Yeah, it was like
Three.
it was
It's
was
three.
it 3?
I feel
Okay.
like it was because I mean it was something insane. Let me go look. I wrote it down somewhere.
And I feel bad because I helped a friend open a case and sort it. So I've seen one ripped and I don't remember. Oh,
Let's see. 3 SPs.
okay.
Good lord, I remember that because I was complaining over there in Japan when that was it because what 64 SPs and you get 3. I'm like that is the worst thing, and that
Yeah.
was like after Uma Musume, which was 9.
Oh, Uma was like one of the funnest box opening experiences
It
ever.
was 9. It was messed up.
I wish I had had the money for a case on that one.
Yeah.
Watching people do that or whatnot was just fun.
Yeah, it was messed up. It was really messed up because I got to watch all those people in Japan tearing this thing open and just not get it and having to run back up there and buy more and more and more and more and more. It was just,
Uh,
it
if
was
chat, if chat doesn't know, Uma Musume was
9.
9 signatures to the case, 8 OFRs to the case, and one box had like 4 SRs. So you just prayed you didn't get that SR box.
Oh yeah, because one doubled up, right? Like
Yeah.
one was an
No,
SP
you
and
opened
one
it. It
was
was 9-9. It was 9-9 and then the SR box. Yep,
yeah.
there was a box with an SR and an OFR. You're right.
I'm not
But
gonna.
still, that was wild.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. Okay, so we kind of said this. Do you think I should keep owning booster box or bigger heart? Like, it just depends if you trust the place, if you think they're still live or not. I mean, obviously, 150 you're paying way too. What do you? Crap. What do you say about this? Remember, this goes back to a card store making money, right? Like let's say with Lorcana, right? Or those booster boxes, let's say $100, and then they started jacking the price up.
Yep.
I mean, obviously, Azure Lane, it eventually went up in price and all that good stuff. It's this store has it at 150. I don't even want to say if it's fair or not. Stores could charge whatever they want. The customer can walk there and buy it or
It
not.
was okay.
Is that fair? 150?
My LGS went to 120. and I didn't buy a box, but I bought a few packs. And obviously I didn't discourage my friend from buying boxes because I felt 120 was fair. It gave them a good turnaround because they bought it at distributor price. And 120, as you saw when you showed it, is the market price on DCG Player.
Yeah.
150 to me feels a little
That's a little
rough,
high. It's a
but
little high.
a store the store owns the cards. They can do whatever they want.
Yeah, they can do what they want. I mean, for me, I wouldn't.
Apparently they got somebody who bought it at 150.
I definitely wouldn't buy it there unless you wholeheartedly trust them. I wouldn't keep opening it unless you know there's some live stuff. Trial decks, same idea. It depends if you think they're live or not, because again, they're not getting reprints as of yet. Silver signatures, I really wouldn't. To me, you still will make some money out of silver signatures if you're looking for money. They'll still look cool for collectible reasons if you're looking to collect it. And the reason why I say silver signatures here, let me go back quickly because I want to move off this topic. If you haven't seen the SPs in a while, and again, remember looking for trial deck versus SPs, there are some that are gone, right? That's a trial deck. This one right here, this is a booster box. This one's a trial deck. This one is a trial deck. This one's a trial deck. Look at that. I love this Cheshire, by the way. That is trial deck. I have to go further and further deep, but I looked at it yesterday. Right here. This is a booster box, right? This one is a booster box. That one's gone. This one's a booster box. So, trial deck. Booster box right here.
A lot of those, as we're going through them, are going to look like Essex is going to look awesome in silver.
Mm-hmm. No, they'll be really nice. I mean, does that really mean that, like, you could see when you take a look at this, this one's a trial deck. There's a 91 here, there's a 130, there's a 130, here's an 85. Part of the reason I'm showing you this is because your chance of making, your chance of getting something worth a lot is kind of not that great, right? If you just take a look through this list, right? If you're buying it at $150, I don't think it's really, I honestly don't think it's worth to buy it at $150. Like Audrey said earlier, you might want to just buy the thing if you really wanted a certain card. But yeah,
I kind of wondered myself, and I've been pondering this more and more. Why do people bust Pokemon boxes when the highest card possible still worth less than the box? And I think at 150, you're not quite to that point yet, but you're pretty bad off.
Yeah, there's no point to it.
If you watch if anybody watches Tulare Community College, he does the booster box game.
Mm-hmm.
And his collector boxes, for like the more popular sets, they're hitting $200-$300 a box, and they're just impossible to hit.
Yeah, you're really.
I mean, he literally had to hit. He did one today with Outlaws of Thunder Junction, and he literally had to hit the 2 most expensive mythics to get there.
Yeah,
and he only got there by like $20.
You're
not going to hit the 2 most expensive mythics, odds are, so you're going to lose your butt.
You're putting yourself at like quite a handicap by getting it at 150. I would definitely, if you really wanted to open this, then I would just go for silver boxes in the future.
If you really want to rip packs,
or the case,
just do the case.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Last question here. Do you know of any other sets that I should look at getting into due to cards going for a lot?
I got one in mind. Let's see. What do you got?
If you're talking about English side, I don't got anything.
Dengeki. It has Asinas, it has Misakas, it has Hollow, it has all kinds of other stuff. That are very popular waifus.
I don't know about that. I like my next video, well, not next video, but one of the future videos that I have coming up is Bunko versus Bunko versus Bunko. And I will literally, because again, there's a lot of people that had a kind of wrong thought about what this Bunko would be, right? Like, because you've heard about Sneaker, you heard about Fujimi, and then you have this one, and then it's when people
It
saw
truly
that and
was.
got it. It was a little bit disappointing to the some people that didn't have love for, those anime characters because it was
Right,
not what it was on those other
but
ones.
yeah, I get that they're not lewd cards, but Hollow is still Hollow and Asuna are both highly appreciated in the anime fandom.
Yeah, they are, but if you take a look at I feel like the art really had a lot to play into that. I mean, there was a lot open. Don't get me wrong on that. There's a lot open, but I definitely don't think Dengeki is going to put up as same amount of numbers as they saw in Japan, right?
No,
And
no,
it never does, but it's
yeah.
definitely going to be a more muted response because how much was open, how many people were expecting, what
I
kind of
think
art in it.
I think Dengenki's gonna have some super stupid expensive cards because of the low signature count, but getting them is gonna be really fun.
What? What do you mean? Three out of 64. Yeah, I mean
Yeah, exactly.
that's the only thing keeping it up. It's
I also Shana, and because Shana is actually going to be heavily pursued because you use the Shana cards in the Shana deck, and there are a lot more Shana fans in the world than I realize, and a lot of those Shana fans max their Shana. So the Shana stuff could also be up there,
yeah, and so you could just
especially in a more limited print run than what the Japanese got, where everybody was opening 20 cases.
to jog your memories, if I know this is small, but if you see here, you don't see like a massive amount of like girls missing clothing. Like
No,
just like scrolling through here.
Girl's probably the lewdest.
Yeah, and you see the prices on it. But again, the prices were that way just because of how much was actually open. I mean, again, I witnessed that firsthand. I was at Gurapan.
I
I,
mean, well,
I watched that.
look at Suna there at 49,800 yen. I mean, in the English one could easily be 700-800 bucks.
Right.
Yeah.
But like
Uh, can you scroll back
as
down? I didn't get to see how much Shauna was. Shauna, the Shauna Climax is also 498. That's going to be a high demand one.
yeah, this one over here. I was trying to get
Which
both on the
one?
screen, but that's
Oh,
impossible. Should get it. Yeah.
is there an SSP or something like that in this set? I don't
Nope,
remember.
just SPs only. 3 per case.
But I mean, even if you look, I think the worst ones I've seen are like 49. Oh, there's a 300. There's a 300. For 34,000 yen and a 24,000 yen.
Of
Oh,
what?
there's the Shana. There's the Shana. 128,000 yen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another one.
Yeah, I mean it's a gamble because look, if you I mean not like you're going to end up with these 3, but right here,
Right.
59, 24, 34.
But when
I
you have a set with lots of signs like that, that's how it goes.
yep.
But those sign prices look better than Uma, for example. Uma's most expensive sign is last I saw like 248 to $248 if you just do yen to dollars at even up.
This is going to be brutal. This is going to be brutal. I think people aren't going to expect it. They're going to see some of the art if they haven't seen it and be highly disappointed between it. So, I mean, that's just how I feel. I mean, who knows, right? Who really knows? But
I think everybody's prepped for it because how over flooded the JP copy versions were.
I don't know. There's always new people. They're gonna be like there's remember the term Bunko babes come from somewhere.
Oh yes,
So
yeah.
I don't know if that
I would say
audience.
this. I would say this set is more Bunko babes because like the girls in this set have a way larger fandom than anything in the previous Bunko
But I
sets.
think that term really pointed to like a different connotation.
It did. I'm just trying to
Yeah.
reclaim them.
Yeah, no. So that's where I'm at with that. Like there are some expensive SPs, but for the most part, you're gonna get messed up. I mean, I guess it just depends on how much people buy, right? But everything else, obviously, everything else was just like triple rares and below. You can see the prices on these. Oh, right here, Shana,
Well,
3480.
Lancer Link's not factoring in the fact that people negged hard on it, and assuming it's going to be a really small print run in English because of all the people who got all the collectors and investors that got burned on the JP version. So I'm kind of factoring that in that, there's just not going to be a lot of Asunas in the world in the English edition.
Hey,
So I'm actually saying that's a positive.
I'm still waiting to see if we get signatures. Again, I still think we
Yeah.
do get them, but since there's no announcement yet and it's taken a really long time, I feel like that's still on the table that potentially no signatures. I think
Yep.
I just thought about it when I was sitting here earlier, and I'm like, those places that are actually taking pre-orders already for Dengeki when there's no pre-order actually open. If people
That's
find
dangerous.
if people find out there's no signatures in here, let's just say what if? Will they let them refund it?
Yes, Wolf Song Azur is getting a reprint, and I honestly don't know how that works, Big B.
What?
I've never been in that situation myself.
Well, yeah, yeah. Especially since it's not open yet. At least I don't think it is. I don't even see anybody else taking. I've seen some places take pre-orders on it. So
I
it's.
haven't seen anything.
I mean, for me, and this is just a personal thing. I'm not speaking about any sellers that have it. I think for me, if there is a seller out there, just personally, if they have it up for pre-order right now, and it's not actually open during the window, I will never buy from there because I can't trust what they do with my money, especially this early. Right? It's that whole thing about 6 months, you can't charge back, people run away with money. Like, I think that's just a huge shot on their credibility. Like, I can't trust somebody that's willing to take money this early, especially
This
when it's
sounds
not
like
officially open.
this is the wise words of a man who did not buy a MetaZoo streamer kit.
I did not. I 100% did not do that. No. I feel like that happened recently, right? A bunch of people got screwed over on pre-orders, and they
Yeah,
couldn't.
yeah. An entire company went bankrupt, and they're the latest update from MetaZoo is MetaZoo Mike showed his face after 3 months and was mad about some things that were going on and screamed that how he's going to take the company's going to bankruptcy.
Uh,
So
huh.
yeah, this came out after apparently Golden Distribution, who the owner of Golden Distribution is a heavy stockholder in MetaZoo, took pallets and threw them in a dumpster, and somebody got a picture of it. With
Oh, yeah.
massive pallets of product, and also, a lot of grails, like prototype cards and stuff, the stuff Mike threw together when he was first coming up with it, they've leaked out on the market now, and so he's like, he's free, so he kinda came on a whatnot stream. He was like, "Yeah, that none of this is supposed to be happening. We're supposed to be going to bankruptcy." And it's like, does that even help? I was on a MetaZoo Facebook page, and a couple people were like, "Well, that might maybe we'll get our money." No, no, the creditors, the banks, the printers are going to get the money long before you get your pre-order money back for your streamer kit.
It sucks.
Yep.
No, I thought there
That
was
is why you don't order. That's why you don't pre-order things a year in advance.
there was a store. I forget what it was. Very recently that took pre-orders and they just shut. I mean, Rudy did a video on it, I think. Um, but yeah, I mean these are these. Oh, that's a case. That's a case.
Uh
225.
huh.
I haven't looked at MetaZoo at all. I just have no clue what they're like right now.
It's a
Jeez.
hilarious dumpster fire.
Let me just scroll down. I just want a booster box. There's a booster box.
Um,
40 bucks.
that actually sounds like it's gone up because they were down to like, okay, that's showing them higher, but I was seeing them for $10 on Facebook.
Doesn't sound too bad. I mean,
You might be able to get a UFO box for $10 still.
90 to, I mean, 40 for some. I don't know. This doesn't seem too bad. It's not the end of the world. I mean, if anybody, I will tell you, my worst stock that I've ever had went bankrupt. And that was back then in the 2000, like 2008, right? Like that giant
Uh-huh.
crash banks. I had a bank, of course, and that thing crashed. And when you watch your stock plummet 85% in one day, like just imagine it. You're sitting there, you open up your phone or your web page, and you just watch like whatever number minus 85%.
Yep.
Like you will start like I remember that was my first big loss ever that I've ever experienced, or just in that moment I recovered all that money. I did what I had to. I actually got all my money back on that. But the crazy part was, it's just I was like, man, my heart's racing. I couldn't breathe. But thinking back to that 85 was still not as bad as what I see here with MetaZoo. That's why I'm able. That's when I tell people about investing, and you've never bought a stock or some sort of investment. I will never give you help until you buy something and watch it go down in price. Because you need to have that feeling ingrained in your mind so that you're not emotional anymore. Like you need that very first one to get it out of your system, and then you're good, right? Because
Yeah.
people when they buy stocks, they'll just new people they'll check it like every 5 minutes, and you can't be doing
Mm-hmm.
that. You'll go insane. So like, look at this thing. This thing's not even down 85%. I mean, that's pretty good.
Now wait a minute. Now wait a minute. If you this particular box though has a backstory on it, so it could be down way below more than
Why?
80%.
How much was this?
Rudy initially sold a Nightfall box with
Yeah.
a playmat, some other junk thrown in it, but
Oh,
the first edition Nightfall box was the main thing you got for $800.
well, I mean, you shouldn't do that.
So if you're one of those people, that's 85. That's more than 85%.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that. Like I said, there's a cost basis with the Azure
Yep.
Lane thing. You don't go, or wherever the heck is, where did I put this? The 150, insane, right? Buying something like that, if for hundreds of dollars on a box, that's too much. You gotta not FOMO into these things.
G, to be honest, they're really not. The players pretty much walked off when they didn't get paid for the Towers event in, I think it was Ohio. The collectors, even big celebrity collectors like Argos Anonymous and Nick Strength and Pokemon, they're just kind of keeping the stuff they actually enjoyed and they're dumping the rest for pennies on the dollar. The only people who are really, really trying to hold on, like, are drunk on the Kool-Aid still and haven't sobered up and think Mike is going to come in and sweep and save the company. And those people are like 1 out of 100 people who have MetaZoo. I mean, it's over.
Look at these SRs. I can't wait to see these SRs drop in price when Azure Lane comes in, the reprint comes in. And I'm not saying that as I want to watch people lose
I don't know if
money.
Yamashiro and Fuso are going to drop in price because they are seeing a ton of play right now.
Yeah, so it's more just like it'll be nice to watch them go down so that people can pick them up at lower prices. Not that I want anybody to lose money. It's more just that there's some really nice SRs. Obviously, I know we have the thing coming up here. The triple rares, real quick. Triple rares. There's a lot of trial deck ones. That's what I keep pointing out to people. Trial deck
Yep.
won't be reprinted. Just make sure if you wanted any of these, then maybe you pick some up. Unless, again, disclaimer, they may reprint it at some point into the future. And that might really suck. So, okay, I have this up.
Okay.
Are you excited? Premieres in 60 seconds.
To be honest, they perked my interest. I gotta admit, I'm kind of.
I mean, it's gonna be magical and marvelous all at the same time.
Quick with song. Actually, Lord of the Rings has held up pretty well in Magic. It didn't. I think some of the boxes actually went up, even despite the 1 of 1 being found. I mean, they're not $500 a box anymore, but they're still holding up pretty well. It's a respectable set right now, at least.
So remember what happens is this thing has that 60-second countdown. I'm gonna like basically mute it because it's always super loud, but I'll mess with the volume settings as it comes up. Okay. I don't know why this chat box isn't loading, but that's okay, I guess. All right.
I just got my notice that they're sending that Degree is resending me the
your cards.
3 free slabs and then the fixed labels, so we'll see how that comes out. They just mailed it out today, so I don't know how long that'll be. I'm guessing middle of next week sometime.
Nice. That'll be cool.
You need to get on my level, man, and catch up with me on graded cards. You're the investor collector. I'm not.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh.
Get on my level, man.
Oh. Well, I don't really grade things. I don't really grade.
I know, but you're the investor collector of this. You're the one who's supposed to be doing it, not me.
I don't. It's I I think the reason why is because the card is what the card like again when I said it in my video about serial cards, I still don't understand why. Oh look, it just appeared. The chat appeared on the right. So I don't get why serial numbers are worth more if they're like graded highly. I just don't get it because the serial number is unique in itself. It's not like there's another 5 out of 10 card that grades better than it.
Because it's yet a shiny number they can put on the card and make people feel more spiffy for
that.
A
5 out of 10 is going to be unique in itself, unless you got that Madoka set that had they double printed serial numbers. Thanks, Bushiroad. That was funny. I remember seeing that. I'm like, what the heck? They double printed serial numbers. That's the only time I see that mattering, right? Then you can be like, my black label of this number is better than yours because it graded higher. That's the only time that would matter.
I mean, literally though, with I did 5 cards on the initial one, and I've done 3 more. 3 of the 5 came back as perfect 10s. The 2 that didn't, I actually bought out of the damage bin of Yu Tech. And I was grading them more for the label than anything. I knew one of them had a nick in it. So it kind of does have me going, well...
Oh, by the way, if you haven't seen it, Lancer Lynx pulled a serial number RWBY, which is, by the way, the best girl inside of Saekano. So, congratulations again. That was really cool. Alright, let me just mess with the volume.
Lancer Lynx, if you're planning on flipping it, I would take your shots
Welcome
off
everyone to
on
this
it.
very magical conference for Weiss Schwarz. I hope you're ready to join me on this magic carpet ride today.
He's on a magic carpet ride. That looks very Disney in the background.
Assemble some new friends along the way.
That's Aladdin.
So the first stop on our magical carpet ride is Earth. But not just any Earth.
Oh my god!
616. We're here to recruit our very own super secret boy band and rewrite history with Trial Plus Marvel Avengers.
Oh my god!
Booster Pack Marvel Card Collection. That's right, your favorite superheroes will be duking it out against
congratulations, Marvel!
This October.
Wait, what? They said October?
Starting later today, but before you portal yourself over to your local stores,
oh my god! There we are like, it's never come, or check out this probably not coming.
I guess it didn't have an exclusivity contract.
Damn.
Is your best friend a Yeehon cowboy doll? Do you fancy yourself
Pixar?
a good scarer? Well, I've got good news for you. Ka-chow! Woody, Lightning McQueen, and Sully are just some of the characters who will be making their stage debuts in Trial Deck Plus Toy Story, Cars, and Monsters Inc. If that's not enough, our magic carpet ride continues as we explore the extensive animated universe of Pixar in Booster Pack Pixar, featuring lovable characters like Nemo and Dory.
I'm so glad I did not buy a ton of this stuff.
Plus and Booster Packs will be available in early 2025.
Oh wow, next year.
So back on Earth, our magic carpet ride continues for the first ever Weiss Schwarz English edition Demo Caravan. If you've always wanted to pick up Weiss Schwarz, this is your chance.
They're finally gonna do
the Demo Caravan!
Exclusive items just for taking part. More information about the Demo Caravan will be announced.
I was never able to do that Shadowverse Evolve one. I was busy.
And participation items.
That's
cool. Are you excited to join us on this magic carpet ride? Here's a roadmap of what you can expect to see on our enchanted journey.
That it? Are we done?
And with that, we've come to the end of our magic carpet ride.
No! We need to go to the ban list, dude! We need to go to the ban list! Go to the ban list, please!
It will be available in the future, so for all our players across the globe, just keep swimming.
Just
keep swimming.
Wait, what does that mean?
Is that it? Just keep swimming, just keep swimming.
That's it. How long was that? Dude, that was 4 minutes.
Yeah.
That was it.
No.
That was it.
Okay, I guess we got Disney.
Shit. Oh yeah, with the countdown. That was only 2 minutes. I feel scammed. I feel like they could have just put that out. And like, you know, when they do those Weiss Schwarz videos and they go, this set's coming out, you got 15. Anyways, a positivity today. So congratulations anybody that wanted it and didn't overspend on the JP releases on all of this stuff, because that's gonna suck for the people that graded it, that did anything to do holding boxes of it. Just Ka-chow. That's right.
Wait a minute. Look at what chat's saying, Big.
What?
Bean Wolf and Ultimate Gamer saying that apparently there is it's only available in the Asian countries.
I
didn't catch that.
What? Ah, crap. Hold on.
If it's only available in those countries, it won't be legal to play in the U.S. So
yeah, but you'd still be able to buy it.
Right.
Yeah, that's all. I mean, right, you said before that it wasn't like a huge, let me just go back here. I saw a little star down there, but... Alright, people, we get to watch this one more time. Don't worry, it only took 2 minutes of your life to see this.
Yeah, let's
just watch this again. Let's just roll this back.
Welcome everyone to this very magical conference for Weiss Schwarz.
Alright, hold on.
Okay, yeah, hit pause right there.
Right there.
Pre-orders will be starting later.
These products will only be available in these regions: Hong Kong, Philippines, Indonesia, Malaysia, and Singapore.
What?
Wow.
But before you portal yourself over to
he said something
stores,
at the end.
Most products will only be available in select regions. Check out this link for more information on availability.
He just said it'll only be available in select regions.
Is your best friend a Yee-Hawn cowboy doll? Do you fancy yourself a good scarer? Well, I've got good news for you. Ka-chow! Woody, Lightning McQueen, and Sully are just some of the characters who will be making their stage debuts, painted using Moindori and more. Available in early 2025. So back on Earth, our magic carpet ride continues for the first ever Weiss Schwarz English edition. Are you excited to join us on this magic carpet ride? Here's a roadmap of what you can expect to see on our enchanted journey.
He said something about it.
And with that, we've come to the end of our magic carpet ride. While all the products announced today will only be available in the Asia and Oceania region.
That's what he said at the end. I didn't listen to that.
Oh my god!
So for all players across the globe, just keep swimming.
Oh, Bushiroad.
Dude.
When in doubt, Bushiroad will always blow their foot off with the shotgun.
So, okay, so you can buy it. You won't be able to play it. I mean, I know they said...
For players, you might as well just buy the Japanese copies that are dirt cheap. Because we can't play it. If it's only restricted to those countries, you can't play it. Like, actually, okay, let's say I went and got Pixar, and I went to visit Beanwolf's LGS or Lancer Lynx's LGS. I would literally have to ask him, are you guys following the strict English only rules, or can I play the Disney sets in your store? I mean, literally, it'll be up. Some local stores will probably bend the rules and let you play since they're English language cards, but you certainly aren't for anything that matters, like a shop challenge or the spring BCS season or anything like that. I figured that was the case, Beanwolf, but I was using you as an example.
The fuck? I'm so pissed now because I am actually pissed. I said I was going to come into this with positivity, but that's over now because it's like, wait, hold on. You made me get on this, not you, or Bushiroad put this thing out today saying it's magical and marvelous, and then which you had a thing 2 weeks ago, and then you put this out, it's 2 minutes, people are in different time zones, only to say it's only available in Hong Kong, Philippines, Indonesia, Malaysia, and Singapore. Maybe this one probably been in one of those I mean, I get why they did that. Like, they're saying basically, hey, you can't actually get these, but if you want to get it, they'll be available here. You just can't play with them because we legally shouldn't be selling it over in the United States. Like, there's ways to get this thing. But I feel like in the end, you should probably have not done this when it applies to not the majority of us out here. Like, it's actually insane.
Do any of these countries have English as a major? I know the Philippines has a lot of people who speak English, but Malaysia and Singapore both play a lot of JP. So I don't know how they are with English, and I don't know how Hong Kong is. But
what the fuck is marvelous about this? What is marvelous about this?
My head hurts just trying to ponder this one. I mean, I guess they're hoping that they leak it out to these Asian countries and the American collectors go hog wild and buy it all.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only way. That's the only way why this thing is happening. This is their way out, right? It's kind of like all the other sets that are supposed to be JP exclusive, but you're able to get them, right? Same idea. This is what this is. This is their, let's say, back door to get it to you. Hey, just so you know, we got these sets in English, and by the way, you can't get them in your own place, but these places will get it. So maybe just check that out. That's literally just what happened here. I mean, they could pretend all they want, but that's what's happening. Because think about this: they would never put this set out if it wasn't worth it, right? Like they had to spend all this time translating this sucker. They're 3 sets, whatever. I don't even know how many sets deep in with what they're putting out here, right? Whatever the schedule is. Right here, we got 3 trial decks and 2 booster boxes, right? Like they're heavily invested in this, and to only be able to put it out in 5 countries, like there's no way. Like the obvious thing here is they want you to buy this through other means. That's it. So I don't know. I'm just pissed. I'm freaking pissed, dude. I'm just like, I can't believe this stuff.
I'm not even mad because
I'm mad.
I'm just used to Bushiroad being incompetent, but my head just hurts trying to wrap around the logic of doing this. I don't get it.
I mean, this is it. It's to tell people this is coming, and you have to find other means of getting it. That's it.
I mean, yeah, Lancer Links. I mean, I'm definitely safe from this one. I won't spend a penny on any of these cards. So
yeah, it's a cash grab. I'm with you, Bean Wolf. That's it. They knew how well it did in JP. If they could get it for a good price and say we're only going to sell it here, we can't help where it's being distributed to.
Well, I mean, it can't be distributed to the U.S.
Well, no,
I
mean,
what people will do is they'll contact the Philippine distributor and just buy them out.
Exactly. That's how it's going to be. They can't help what happens to it after, right? If somebody decides to just take it and sell it, that's what it is. Because they're not going to enforce this thing. Like same thing with Street Date. They ain't forcing that. They're not going to enforce this.
Yeah, Southern Hobby's never going to have this, but you can get a hold of people in other parts of the world. Hong Kong sellers love selling things to the U.S., so I'm sure a lot of those Hong Kong people and global will have this by that.
I will say that was quite a magical swerve they did there. You know, I'm over here, going like, how'd this thing all start out? He's wearing an eye patch. He's got an Aladdin thing going on here, and then like because of the celebrating here or the wooing, just looking at this, you get that little. They didn't even put a little asterisk down here. And they didn't put that. It should have been like a car commercial where it's at the very bottom, so it like matches in with this caption that they have on here, and be like, it was down there. You guys just didn't see it. That's how it should have been.
Do I get points for the Aladdin font? I called it.
Oh yeah, you did. You did. I couldn't tell. I was like, I know this is Disney. I just didn't know what freaking font, like where that font came from.
Oh my god, this is such crap.
Wait a second. Was Aladdin even in any of these sets? Was it?
No, it's not. They're not. Aladdin's not because they didn't do Disney 100. They only did Pixar.
Aladdin
oh my god, that makes it even more dumb.
Aladdin's not even in this thing. All right, well, I don't know anymore.
Oh, my head hurts.
I mean, they did some marvelously editing here. Fuck. I'm gonna have to add this to a video. I just did that one where I was I don't know. I'm just tired. I'm tired. Yeah, magical letdown.
So is anybody gonna go
to across the bottom
and buy themselves some Disney Pixar in the chat? I mean,
not worth.
Anybody have a positive thing to say about
I
this?
I stayed up for this. I really need Bushiroad to do better. I think so too. Man.
Well, I mean, we could, let our feelings be known in the comment section of that video.
Hey, but at least you got an invite to hang out at the Pittsburgh locals. There you go. That's a plus side.
I didn't mean to come out and visit them. I just haven't had the chance.
Yeah, I should swing by there. It's a couple hour. No, I always use the word couple, but then someone told me it's 2. I have a few hour drive to actually get to Pittsburgh.
You really should go.
Many hour drive. Maybe one day. I do like Pittsburgh, but they brought Permanente Brothers sandwiches to a bunch of different places, so I don't have to swing by Pittsburgh to get Permanentes. It is in a few places at this point. Weeknights.
Yeah, Ultimate Gamer, are you gonna rebuy this so your Iron Man Husbando deck is in English now? I mean,
Weekend thing would be fun. Once Quince Premium comes out, so then I can use my Miku.
I should have known they were just gonna keep it Disney company-fied, because I was when Quince was mentioned, I was like, okay, that makes sense. I could see that.
This is dirty. I mean, like, you didn't do it 2 weeks ago. You did it tonight, and it's not even applicable to all the people here. And I get why. Again, we know there's Lorcana.
Most of the regions they mentioned are heavy JP regions.
It's the only places they can put it
Japanese region. Malaysia's a heavy Japanese region. I have a local who actually travels to Malaysia often, and the English packs are like 3 times as expensive because of the way they have to import them in. So only like the rich kids play English, and they barely have decks, if that, because the Japanese decks are so much cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
And well, English isn't their native language, neither's Japanese, so you might as well buy the cheaper cards. So, I mean, and I'm pretty sure Hong Kong sends a representative to WGP Worlds. Philippines, I think, is more Englishy, if I remember correctly, but you know, like several of these lists are more JP hubs in Oceania. So it's like you're putting the cards where people have already probably bought up all the Pixar cards in Japanese.
I'm just sitting here thinking about like the build up to this and all of that, and I'm like, oh, Disney, somehow they managed it. Somehow they put it on the survey, and they managed to pull this one off. Yeah, it's a letdown. So
does Singapore have a big English team, Bean Wolf? Because
myself, I thought Singapore was more.
I've talked to some few people from that region, and they're all JP players, but I'm more towards JP players, so that could be a bias on my perception.
I thought Singapore was more English on my thinking, but again,
okay.
I don't.
I could be wrong.
But even then, maybe it's split. Maybe it's like 50-50. I don't know. We're gonna.
Or it's like us, where we play both.
Yeah. What's wrong with Australia? Why couldn't Australia have this? Do they have Lorcana in Australia? I guess they would. Never mind. I take that back. That's probably a dumb thing to say. Ooh. Sorry, like my mind can't just get off what just literally happened. I'm like flashbacking in my mind what happened about, what was that? 10 minutes ago? 15 minutes ago? And all day? Dang, man. I mean, like,
I don't think you're actually allowed to participate in the Oceania region trios, if I remember correctly. I think you have to stick within like your continent. So that kind of kills that.
Yeah, they wouldn't have gone through all this effort to do all this if it wasn't, they knew that we were gonna pick it up. We're gonna get it somehow. That's just how it's gonna be. You just won't play it in like officially, but people get it. Well, that's that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm really just disappointed. I was trying to stay positive. I got nothing left in me. This is they juiced me. And it's freaking Friday.
It's usually me that's walking away all down in the dumps. This time I'm just confused.
Yeah, no, it's
my little head can't comprehend the 4D chess that Bushiroad's playing here, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, I wish they would just not have talked about the caravan. More because then it would have cut off like right here. It would have been a minute and a half, and then bang, gone. You know, kind of just in and out.
Actually, the caravan's pretty exciting.
No, the caravan's exciting. That's why I'm mixed, because you had something really exciting happen here, and then you had something that seemed exciting and then cut off. So I just want, you know, when people go, you want the good news or the bad news? I just want you to give me the bad news and just get out of my face. That's what it is. Just give me this 1 minute and 22-second spiel and just get out of here, because that's what literally happened to me right now. That was bad. Okay. We do have Lorcana. Yes, that's how's Lorcana doing anyways? I don't know anymore. We do have Lorcana. This is just
I really
Wait, hold on.
I'd like to give Bushiroad more credit than that.
I give them I can't believe them anymore. I can't believe them anymore. You guys got to revolt to get a cheater basically banned. We did surveys to get this sucker, and here we are, and it doesn't even come here. And I get why it doesn't come. I fully understand why it's not coming.
It's called Lorcana.
So that means you won't get Frieren until at least November at this point, because you have that. So Frieren November.
Well, they have the summer. They have this. Yeah. Well, they have the summer. They have the summer thing to announce it.
Or Dengeki would be November. I mean, it's just one or the other. And that's my point. Dengeki gets pushed off again, which to me seems like, I don't know. Maybe they have signatures, maybe they won't. I can't imagine they don't come with signatures. That'd be insane. Oh, by the way, have you actually gotten your Bridget yet?
I've earned it. I had to go through and have Bushiroad push it through the Bushy Navi system, but I've got it.
Oh, you got it?
I haven't gotten the card yet. I'm picking it up in June, but I do have the stamp to get it.
The reason why is because somebody wrote me and said that, the heck is it? Oh, guilty. The backup 8-hit costs more than 200 euros, and one has one's for sale for 200 euros, and one already sold at 100 euros. So that's a little bit of a, if you didn't see any sort of pricing, that's at least one thing so far.
I haven't seen one sell yet, but I think it's going to be one of the most. It's going to be one of the most rare promos ever in Weiss history that doesn't have a world stamp on it or a champion stamp on it.
There you go. 8-hit wonder. So that's just for the players out there that haven't heard anything about how much this is. That's what someone wrote me in the comments about Guilty Gear.
I'm strongly considering getting taking mine and Ben's and getting them graded.
I don't see why not. I mean, you gotta keep those.
I go for the money.
Are you gonna go BGS or PSA?
Someone in the Discord is gonna help me, so it's gonna be PSA.
Okay. Oh yeah, I remember seeing that. There we are.
Yeah.
So that's it. I mean, if you have the card, make sure you price it accordingly. If people actually do want that, I mean, at least that's the very start. It could always go down slightly, a little bit, right? As more hit the streets, but so far it's pretty expensive.
Bean Wolfer, if you're still on, have you gotten yours yet? Because I know you've probably attended some English events already, and if so, is it foiled or gold stamped or anything? I haven't been able to really tell from the picture.
It doesn't look foiled at all. And I mean,
no, it doesn't. But sometimes when they preview cards, they show it to you without the foil.
Don't they normally have like an S on it or anything like that in the code?
It's a PR. It's a PR, and like the gold stamp PRs. Let me look at my Japanese gold stamp. Give me 1 second.
I know some do because there's like 2 versions of it. But
gold stamps that came out of the anniversary packs, they do not have any additional markings.
Okay.
Other than the gold stamp.
Yeah, I thought they usually have an S, but this one doesn't have it. Like, my guess it's not foiled, which is still kind of like, I think that in itself is pretty insane that this doesn't have any of that on there, especially like since you have to go through this.
Well, they're doing another one. Actually, the next one's going to be even more awesome. It's the 13th anniversary climax promo.
Yeah. 8-hit wonder. They did an 8-hit wonder on me just right now. Oh yeah, you were. That was awesome. I liked your pictures out there on Twitter. So I know Japan, so nice. I was thinking about it. Like, do I really convert more money? The yen is going through some crazy stuff. Like people are thinking it's gonna collapse and all this. I'm like, man, I need to really consider soon if I'm gonna exchange more money because I'm gonna go back to Japan at some point. But the exchange rate looks pretty nice right now. Yeah. Okay. I'm beat. I'm tired, and like this just hurt me. This hurt me deeply. I'm sorry, everybody, but that's it. You have anything? Last words, Audrey. Last words, anybody? Write in comments.
Oh no, I don't think so. Thanks for everybody for viewing and popping in. On your way out, give Big B a like and a subscribe and help him out a little bit.
Yep. Projections are it drops 55%. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm just worried. I'm like, I don't know. They're trying to intervene, but if they don't intervene correctly, like the yen could literally collapse. That's like the worst case scenario. Other than that, I mean, it comes back up against the dollar, and I just lose some. But like, crap. The price, the exchange rate is so good right now that I think I'm willing to take the risk of exchanging some more money. That way, I have it for when I go back. That's all. But yeah, thanks for everybody being here again. I know I had a few more channel members. Again, I don't get if you're listening, channel members. Like if you are a channel member, a new channel member, and or any channel member, and you're not part of the Discord, I don't get notified on when I get a new channel member. So feel free to reach out, send me an email, and then I can send you the link. But appreciate all of you again. Thanks for being here. Sorry about how this ended. I can't control this, but it was very sad to me though what actually turned out here. But thank you all for being here. I'll check you out later. See ya.
Later.
Bye.
Are we offline?